Yeah, the blog is up still at the time of this interview.
Unedited as well.
Yeah, well, civil servants may try and take it down. You don't expect...
I'm not sure they would know how to. It requires some sort of technical competence.
OK, we'll try and get the Cabinet Secretary on to deny that. Of course, many people commentating that the inauguration speech outside Downing Street number 10 was about election issues rather than Brexit. How can the Tories now fight on any kind of idea of financial probity, given the money that seems to be around?
Extraordinary. We've had 3 years of the May mediocrity and muddle. And the very first thing Boris Johnson does is talk about Brexit, but then he goes on to talk about 3 very specific things: addressing the social care crisis, making sure that we have the restoration of proper law and order, if needs be, with an extra 30,000 police. And he also, I think, went on to talk about healthcare and the NHS. Now, I think that shows that he's got people around him, not just Dominic, but people like Linton Crosby, the famous election strategist, who understand that actually when the election comes, and there is going to be an election soon, beyond the issue of Brexit, those are the 3 things that matter to an awful lot of people who support this government needs if it's to win a majority. OK, but Shadow Chancellor John McDonnell was quick to say, we heard this kind of thing before. It was exactly these emphases, obviously worked out by those trying to win re-election. It's the same, and at any election, the Tory policies will not have been costed as Jeremy Corbyn's policies. With respect to Comrade John McDonnell, we heard what John McDonnell and his lot have been calling for before. We heard it in the 60s and the 70s, and it ended with this country bankrupt, a 3-day week, running out of energy and having to go to the International Monetary Fund to beg for a loan. I think we've heard enough socialism.
You don't think McDonnell would ever go to the IMF, would you?
Well, I hope he's never in a position of authority to bring about the ruin that would necessitate him going to the IMF in the first place. I mean, I could think of few things worse than having to go to Christine Lagarde's organisation to ask for a loan.
OK, we'll try and get Labour on that. What about the class dimension to any general election campaign? Because even though I suppose you'd be saying the class dimension is within government with all these very posh civil servants, ironically. But you know how the media is going to paint your favourite Prime Minister since 1945 or since 1979. They're going to say he's out of touch.
Of course they will. And I'm always amused when I listen to public school